Do you really still think Nigeria is the giant of Africa? Or do you think we're holding on to past glory? Hello guys, welcome back to Life Clue. My name is Ruth Agbeke. If you've seen this face for the first time, you're welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And before I get straight into the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and please turn on your notification bell so you know whenever I upload. For today's reaction video, I said on my good sisters page on our WhatsApp status titled, let me even read it first of all, titled, "Why South Africa is the real giant of Africa and not Nigeria." And of course, that's blink of the moment, I was hot. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But again, if you're a Nigerian out there, or every African, please answer this question. Do you really still think Nigeria is the giant of Africa? Or do you think we're holding on to past glory? Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let's have a conversation. If you believe Nigeria is not the giant of Africa, then, or is not the giant of Africa, then which country in Africa do you think is the giant of Africa, and your reasons? So let's have a conversation. Let's chat. Don't worry, I won't bite. I'm not going to be angry or my feelings won't hurt, but because I don't want to say why I feel like my feelings will not hurt, because to be fair, anyways, let's just see what the video has to say, or what the video mean by Nigeria is no longer the giant of Africa. So I'm going to skip to the left as usual, or is it left? Rest to the left, and I'm going to place the video here so that we can all watch it together.
As of 2023, China, the United States of America, France, Germany, and the UK are considered the giants of the world. These countries have the largest economies, best standard of living, best healthcare, best infrastructures, and the list continues. In Africa, Nigeria is often referred to as the giant of Africa because of the sheer size of its population and economy. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people and a nominal GDP of over $504 billion, making it the most populous country and the largest economy in Africa, thus the term giant of Africa. But if we were to use a bird's-eye view to look at Nigeria, can we really say that Nigeria is a giant in all the sense of the word giant? For starters, giant is a word associated with success. So is Nigeria...
So before we continue, I just wanted to say that, again, depending on what they are referring to as what the term giant means, like, that will determine if Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Like the video said, population and economy, yeah, we are. But in the beginning, we was talking about standard of living, infrastructure, all those kind of things. Are we really the giants of Africa? Let's continue.
Nigeria, the most successful country in Africa. When we talk of successful countries, we talk of countries that are developed with systems that work properly. Education, healthcare, infrastructure, security, high standard of living are some of the factors that makes a country desirable. Can Nigeria boast of these things? Well, I guess not. If you look around the world, some of the most successful countries are not necessarily the most populated.
With the definition, I can tell you as a Nigeria, no, we can't. Even the system does not even work. So, yeah. If you're in Nigeria out there, please don't be mad. Don't be angry, but... can you? And it just take me back to when I remember Donald Trump mentioned some African countries and said, I think he said Nigeria is a shithole country, excuse my language, and I was confused why people were angry in the comment section. Why? Isn't it? Is it not? I don't know. Why are you angry? Is it because the white man is the one telling you that Nigeria is a shithole country? That's my 2 cents. Again, I don't say Nigeria is a shithole country. Before they come and bundle me in my house.
Scandinavian countries, for example, are not necessarily the most populated countries in Europe. Neither do they have the largest economies, but these countries are some of the most successful countries in the world. Coming back to Africa, you will realize that South Africa is the only country that comes close to being a successful country on the continent, at least by African standards. And if that is the case, then South Africa is the real giant of Africa. Before we proceed, let's look at some few statistics to establish the fact that South Africa is the real chief daddy of Africa.
So not chief daddy.
South Africa is a very beautiful. It has a population of over 60 million people, spread across 1.2 million kilometers of land. It is the 9th largest country in Africa by land area and the 6th most populous country in Africa. Despite the fact that it comes in at 3rd position when it comes to GDP, it however has a GDP per capita 3 times higher than that of Nigeria at $6,500. When it comes to development, South Africa is hands down the most developed country in Africa, with a Human Development Index of 0.7, which is similar to Brazil's, the largest country in South America by every standard. South Africa has the 3rd most powerful passport in Africa, the 9th strong.
Do you know that South Africa passports can come into Georgia for free? Like, they can live in Georgia for 1 year without leaving. Then after a year, if you leave the country, you can come back again and you live for 1 year. That's how powerful their passport is in Georgia. So yeah, it is just sad. It's just really sad. It's just very sad. That's all I can say. It's just sad. And from what I've seen, like, not even from the video, like from videos, from movies that I watch. Okay, movies cannot really give you the accurate description of a country, but also from YouTubers, fellow YouTubers, like YouTubers, especially in South Africa. Like, the area they show looks decent. Mind you, I understand that YouTube can be like, you know, YouTube is what I want you to see that I'm going to show you. But again, for those that show their day-to-day activity, like, it makes sense. Even my friends that talk, when they talk about their home country, I mean my South African friends, like, okay, to them, you know, it might still feel like a bad kind of country, but trust me, from what the small things they say, like, one of them was complaining that they took power, is it power shedding? I think they call it power shedding, that they took light for like 6 hours. And I watched another YouTuber that she was complaining that, oh, they took light this morning. I'm like, at least you know when the light is coming back. In Nigeria, they can take light for 1 week. I remember there was a time that we used to live in an area that we share the light. Like, the next street we get light this week. Not this week, like for 2 days. Then next week, let me address myself. Then next week, the next group we get lights. That's how it is in some part of Nigeria. And mind you, this is Lagos I'm talking about, not a rural place or somewhere that you might be thinking, oh, it's because of it's a bad place. Hi. When she was complaining, I was like, sister, are you serious? Why are you complaining? It was just funny to me. And again, another thing that I saw is that this person, they will send out money. Like, it's not like Nigeria that they will send you. I'm not talking of transferring from Nigerian account to Nigerian account. I mean transferring from Nigerian account to Bank of Georgia or Tbilisi account. Take days, not even days, weeks that you want to pay your salary, your school fees. My friend's mom can send that money today, and she will get that money today and today. That is a system that works. That is the system that they are happy to see their citizens go outside the country. And one thing I've noticed is that South Africans don't actually really, they travel out of the country. Like, yeah, they travel to visit, but is compared to the Nigerians that, like, purposely, let me use the word japa, like, leave their country, carry their bags and say they are leaving for greener pasture. I rarely find that with South Africans, trust me. Like, if you meet 10 people in Tbilisi, there's a chance that only 5, what is even 5? Only 1 out of the 10, 1 is a South African. There's even a lady at work that used to think that she was South African until when I was told that she's Jamaican. Like, it's so rare. South Africans don't like to live. Why? Like, if the place, trust me, if Nigeria is is a place. I'm not even asking for so much. I'm asking for the basic amenities to be functioning. Like, I go somewhere and it is done. What is supposed to be done is done without me bribing, without me knowing one person or the other. I'm not saying this country is like you don't have to know somebody to know somebody, but I'm just saying Nigeria's own is too much. Nigeria own is too much. So, like, why would you want to leave that kind of country? Do you understand? Like, not like you are staying out of the fact that you don't have anywhere to go, but you're staying because you choose to stay. Nigeria is a place whereby you're staying because you have nowhere to go. Like, you have no choice. If you are given a choice and a chance to go, you go. Please, I'm not bashing Nigeria. It's like this video is coming up of bashing. We're just talking about reason why I believe also that I don't know if South Africa is the giant of Africa, but why Nigeria is holding on to past glory. That's all I can say. Beat me. If you want to beat me, come. I'm in my house. I'm waiting for you.
Strongest currency and the second strongest military in Africa. In comparison, Nigeria, which is currently considered the giant of Africa, has an extremely low human development index of 0.5, one of the worst passports in Africa, one of the worst currencies in Africa at 30th place, and comes in at 4th place when it comes to military strength. Both countries have a vibrant entertainment industry with some of the biggest music and film festivals hosted there. South Africa has some of the best airports, airlines, and is the only African country that has ever hosted a...
Let me give credit to my country. I believe our entertainment industry is better than South Africa. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I believe so. I personally believe so. If you think I'm wrong, you can comment down below. If a South African is there and wants to argue the case, you know, you can comment down below. But I think Nigerian entertainment industry is doing a little bit. It might not be a like large difference, but I think we're doing a little bit better than South Africa.
FIFA World Cup. According to statistics, more Nigerians relocate to South Africa to start a new life than South Africans relocating to Nigeria. All these should inform you that South Africa is the real giant of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe and turn on notification so you don't miss any of our videos. Now let's look at the economy of South Africa. South Africa has a mixed economy, the third largest in Africa, after Nigeria and Egypt. It also has a relatively high gross domestic product per capita compared to other countries in sub-Saharan Africa. One major problem in South Africa is its high rate of income inequality. Of course, that is the reality of most African countries. In 2015, 71% of net wealth are held by 10% of the population, whereas 60% of the population held only 7% of the net wealth.
I'm not talking of South Africa, like, I mean in terms of Nigeria, this is the reality. Like, my friend, she's a South African, by the way. She'll be looking at some things on social media. She'll be like, nobody can tell me that Nigerians are not rich. And I'm like, yes, Nigerians are rich, but the people that have the money is like very few out of the large population of Nigeria. Like, it's like two extreme ends. I feel like Nigeria, there's no middle class. I feel like is that you're superbly rich or you're like just making ends meet. Like, that middle ground is on a shaky, it's very shaky. Like, we're just like two very distant spectrum. Yes. And the people on the top, the percentage is not even up to, I'm very sure like they said for South Africa is like 10%. I'm very sure like for Nigeria it's like 7%. 7%. So yeah.
Net wealth. Principal international trading partners of South Africa, besides other African countries, include Germany, the United States, China, Japan, the United Kingdom, and Spain. The 2020 Financial Secrecy Index ranks South Africa as the 58th safest tax haven in the world. The truth is, South Africa is not yet a developed country. The country is still developing. But on a grand scale of things, the country is relatively doing well and can be considered the real giant of Africa. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, do well to give it a...
So guys, I'm going to link the original video down below, so make sure you check it out. So far so good. One of the new things that I learned from this video was that their military force is actually very good. The other things, I think I had an idea of it before. And yes, do you really think Nigeria is still this giant of Africa. From the video you just watched now, do you actually really think? Can you say it with your chest? And please, let's leave emotions aside. I know Nigerians would like to be very emotional when it comes to Nigeria. Let's leave emotions aside. Do you actually really think South Africa should be or is the real giant of Africa? And if you're not from Nigeria or South Africa and you're an African, let me know. Do you actually think South Africa should not be the real giant of Africa, or maybe you think like your country should be? So comment down below with your, of course, with your own what should I write? What should I say? With your own excuses, with your own information and reasons why. Maybe Kenya, maybe Rwanda. Rwanda is good. Or yeah, Rwanda should be the giant of Africa. So I would like to know. Please make sure you like, and tell me if you learned anything new that you're like, oh wow, South Africa, wow, I've never heard of this, I didn't know that they are that good. So let me know in the comment down below, and let's have fun in the comment section. Please, no batching, no anything, we're just trying to think. We are just trying to think. We're just trying to think and say give our own opinion. Thank you so much once again for watching. If this is your first time watching this, coming on this channel, or if you've been here on this channel before and you refuse to subscribe, why? Pretty please subscribe, and please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. To everyone, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next coming video. Bye.